Mr. Beast and the Mr. Beast effect has finally done what we thought it would. It has killed YouTube. The only question now is, can we save it? What is the Mr. Beast effect, or beastification? Not to be confused with bestiality. In a nutshell, the Mr. Beast effect is when somebody takes their content and completely copies everything that Jimmy does down to the last detail, except they change the subject. It's basically like when you're in middle school and you have a subject that you're supposed to be researching yourself, but you just go up on the old Wikipedia and you copy and paste everything and you just change a couple words here and there, and all of a sudden, it's your work and not somebody else's. That is type 1A of the Mr. Beast effect. That is basically the Mr. Beast effect at its DNA structure, the base level of the Mr. Beast effect. And it gets more complex than that. There's levels to this game, to the Mr. Beast effect, because as we go on, it just evolves. And it has to evolve because the Mr. Beast effect is a disease on YouTube, essentially. It's like the flu. If the flu never evolved and never became something else, people would just create a vaccine, create something, and they would just kill it every single year. But that's not how viruses work. Viruses are smart. They adapt each year so that they can keep on infecting every last corner of the globe. And that's the Mr. Beast effect. It has had several iterations, several different types, and everybody has gotten wise to the type that I just mentioned, type 1A. But there's other ones out there, and that's what I'm here to talk to you about. But before we get into the other types, let's dive a little deeper into type 1A, because I want to give you a couple of examples of the beastification at its start and the creators that started this, really. And I think there's two prime examples that are perfect examples of what beastification is at its core, and that is Preston and Matthew Beam. Let's start with Preston. The interesting thing about this guy is that you can go back, look at his content, and see what he was doing before he got beastified and after he got beastified. Because Jimmy got all up in there and really just got in his brain and mumble-jumbled up everything he believed in and changed it to something different. And to be fair, the views went up. He was not that big of a creator, and he climbed the ladder. Now he's got millions and millions and millions of subscribers. But guess what? They're all children that are watching brain rot. That's what it is. He's a brain rot engine. He's part of the mechanism that is now YouTube's brain rot engine. And again, the best part about this is you can see what he was doing before versus what he is now, and it's a clear, perfect example. You've got the beep, bop, boop, quick edits, flash, blam, bloom, don't lose your attention for a second, editing perfectly. He nails it. Now, the part that I love about Matthew Beam, oh boy, this one's even creepier. This guy copied Mr. Beast down to the last hair follicle. Bro has the same hairstyle. He went to the same barber, for sure. And there's no shame. There is no shame. This guy, Matthew Beam, he could be put in a lineup for a Mr. Beast lawsuit. And the person that has to pick out the guy would sit there and be like, The question, first off, the question would be something like, do you see the guy that made you stay in the woods for 30 days without food and water for a chance at $1 million? Yeah, let me see. I can't tell between those two dudes because they're the exact same friggin' person. They're the exact same person. He could replace Mr. Beast in a video, one single video, he could do it, and nobody would know. He could become Jimmy for a video, and not one person would be like, hey, Jimmy looks kind of different today. He's the same person. He is an exact clone. There are other examples of beastification across YouTube, thousands, billions. Don't fact check that, but it's probably right. But those two are the best examples. Just take my word for it. There's many more that did that. Now, type 2. Diabetics, that's your reminder to take your insulin. Type 2. This is the type that it's very similar. It's very similar. The main difference is the content. You're taking all the editing style, the lame, childish jokes, all of the stuff from a typical Mr. Beast video, the overproduction, the beeps, bops, boops, flash, fling, flume, flam, blam, jam, just sensory overload. Every single hole in your body is being pounded and splammed and blammed and blapped and blooped, and you just climax because you're just being overloaded with sensories. And it's like, bro, I'm watching an iPhone 16 review. Why am I sitting in a pile of my own gunk right now? I was trying to learn about world history. What happened? 2 seconds ago, you were talking about World War II. Now I just watch an edit of Hitler riding a freaking pony and then a whoop, like banana slip sound effect, and he's on the ground. What are you doing? That is the worst part. I think that's worse than the Type 1A. Type 1A, like I said, everybody's gotten wise to it. They can see it from a while away. People are getting wise to it now, but it's more annoying because now it's infected every part of YouTube. Before, you could go on YouTube, you could see different types of content, and they would have their own different types of editing, their own different types of jokes, their own different types of fun. Now, it's all the same basic package, but the content's different. And I'm just sick of it. I click on a video and I feel like every part of me is being attacked all at the same time by flashes and all this stuff. And by the time I'm done with the video, I don't even realize what happened in the video anymore. I was just so sucked in and brain rotted, I don't even remember what I watched. And I just don't believe every part of YouTube should be like that. It has a place. Like the Jimmy type content, I get it. It has a place for that. But it's not supposed to be incorporated into tech reviews and freaking Bible lessons. Like, dude, come on. It's just, the formula is being spammed and nothing feels refreshing anymore. If you're like me, here's a good example. If you're like me, you grew up with YouTube. The younger kids, they might not understand what it was. Like they've always had the internet now. A lot of the younger people. But if you're like me, you're my age, 20, 25, 30, somewhere in there. You grew up with YouTube. You watched the different waves, the different iterations. You watched the waves crest and then you watched them crash, crest and crash. And it seems like this iteration of YouTube is sticking. If you remember the blog era, we had a blog era. It got really big, and then crashed and it was done. And we had gaming, gaming's still, of course, going good, but it had a crest and a crash and a crest and a crash. And at some point you're expecting the shoe to drop for the Mr. Beast style of video, but it hasn't yet. And the reason why? It's still grabbing so many views, millions and millions of views, and mucho money. Stage 3 of the Mr. Beast effect, YouTuber products. We're done with constantly being bombarded with your ads for your products. And it wouldn't be a big deal for, say, Mr. Beast. Mr. Beast, in every video, he plugs his products. No big deal. You have a big channel. You deserve to go ahead and advertise for your own things. That's fine. You should do that. Do your thing, man. Here's where I have an issue. It's getting worse. He has 4 different products, I think, by now. At least 3. I don't know if Mr. Beast Burger is still a thing or not. I don't know if that's been crumpled up, thrown in the trash, and forgotten about, because I would venture to guess it has, because bro hasn't brought it up in a while. And he would have brought it up if it still was going. So I'm gonna guess it's dead. Now, back to what I was saying though. Every single video now, stops the video 4 times. First time you stop it, probably for a chocolate plug. Yeah, go get Mr. Beast bar. Second time, for whoever's sponsoring the video. Third time, for frickin' Lunchly now, which is just a chocolate bar again combined with another guy's YouTuber product. Lunchly, I think, was the tipping point, as we saw on X, Twitter, whatever. We saw so much backlash for this because people are sick of it. They're useless products that are being shoved to us. And again, he pauses his videos now 3 different times. I think the main, excuse you, I think the main reason now that he is, I lost my train of thought. That burp literally cleared my mind. YouTuber products, YouTuber products. Oh, I remember now. I remember now, guys. I remember that. I remember now. Okay. What I was saying though, he pauses his videos now several different times. And the only reason that his videos are like 20 to 30 to 40 minutes long now is so that when he stops it, it doesn't seem like he's constantly stopping it. He does it like every 10 minutes. It's like freaking basic cable now. For the little kids out there, you don't remember basic cable. For the adults and people that watch football who still have to deal with freaking ads everywhere and the ad-pocalypse on cable, know that it's like every 10 minutes you have to stop and take an ad break. That's a Mr. Beast video now. We have reverted back to that. And it's sickening, really. I'm sick of it. He's like a freaking pharma commercial now. I'm just done with it. And now, let's go touch a little. We touched on Lunchley. Let's touch on the partner for Mr. Beast. We have now Logan Paul and Prime with KSI and Prime and KSI and something else and KSI and something else because that dude's got his hands on so many different pockets and crypto and he's scamming somebody right now for sure. And then we have other creators that I kind of like that have YouTuber products. And I'm kind of it's kind of hard because I like these guys, but it's like, come on, I'm so done with these YouTuber products. You have Ryan Trahan, Moist Critical, Oompaville, those guys. Those guys have all their own products, most of them candy. I don't know why YouTubers are like, "Buck candy, let's get it." I don't know. But for example, let me dive into Moist Critical because I love the dude. He's hilarious. He's a big inspiration for all commentary channels, but me too. He made a video the other day. It was titled YouTuber Products. I got a hold on, baby. I was like, "Ooh, doggy." He is about to rip a new one for these other creators. He's about to go hog wild, baby. And you know a freaking roast session from Moist Critical is the last thing your little anus needs. He will rip it apart like a freaking 12-incher. And I was so disappointed. Oh my gosh, I was so disappointed. The man titled it as YouTuber Products, talked about the problem of YouTuber products for about half a minute, and then pushed his YouTuber product. Oh no, Moist, my guy. I love you, but that really made me mad. I love the guy. It really did ticked me off. It was 30 seconds of, dude, I know you guys are sick of YouTuber products, okay? I know you're sick of it. Screw Logan Paul, screw Mr. Beast and them dudes. But here's a YouTuber product for you. Like, God, and it's a good product, I will admit. Because he has 2 products now, maybe 3, but the 2 that I know of, it's going to be his drink supplement stuff, Gamer Sups, right? Gamer Sups? Am I getting that right? I think it's Gamer Sups. Goof Juice. Maybe both. I don't know. Goof Juice for sure, though. And then now he has this soap that he's introduced. And I get the organic part of it, not just the soap, but how it came into existence. He wanted a soap for his body. He talks about this because he has psoriasis. So he needed a good body soap that didn't dry him out and that moisturized him. He loved the organic stuff that he was getting, but he didn't like their senses. So he started making his own soap for himself, and his friends wanted some too because they wanted the same thing. They had the same thought as him. And then they wanted more, and his family wanted some. And he's like, screw it. Let's start a company. I can get behind that. I get that. That's how a company should start. See a need, fill the need, and then, hey, let's sell this. And it's a good product and it's like a good cause. It's not a useless product like Lunchley. It's like, more money, baby. More money, please. It's more like, I see an issue. I want to help people that way. Hey, I get a little kickback. I can't hate on that too much. I get it. The main issue I have with this is the title of the video. Come on. Come on. Ryan Trahan. Let's dive a little deeper into Ryan Trahan, if you would indulge me. Not like that, though. So Ryan Trahan, I love the dude. time out. Let me pause here too. I love Mr. Beast. I like, love is a strong word. I like Mr. Beast. I like KSI. I like all these guys, their content and their personalities. I don't like some of the things they've done. They're not great people, but none of us are. None of us are great people if we look into ourselves and we really think about it. We're not great people. That's aside from the fact. I like them. Ryan Trahan, love the guy more than the other dudes. He's fresh. He's original. He doesn't really dive too deep into the Mr. Beast effect, the flash, the quick screen. He's authentic. He's raw. He's real. I like raw and real, baby. I like it raw. So I can respect that. Another thing I respect about him and his brand and his his product is that he's dye-free. He's got good sugars. The biggest thing, the dye-free, that's awesome. He went out of his way to add something to the market that had value and a need, and it wasn't complete junk. I know that Logan Paul and Mr. Beast claim good ingredients. Mr. Beast, especially with his chocolate, he says, only 5 ingredients or whatever. It's like, yeah, but what are those 5 ingredients? Anyway, you can respect that with Ryan Trahan, but it still bothers me a little bit. But again, he doesn't push it 5 times in a video. He pushes it once. And I can get on with that, So what is the main issue with YouTuber products? Is it really a big deal? And I'm going to argue it is. Because most people might think it's not that big a deal. But I think it is. Here's what I find why it's a big deal. Everybody follows somebody else on their YouTube journey. They're starting their own channel. They want to know the steps, the pathway to get to where they want to be with their channel. Where that is, maybe you don't care, but most people think, I want to be up here with the Ryan Trahans, the Mr. Beast is way out there. But, the Ryan Trahan, they're like, that would be awesome. Let's get there. So they have a new formula. They follow the Mr. Beast effect formula, and now they follow the Mr. Beast effect formula with YouTuber products. And that's where we have an issue, is that everybody has a product now. And it seems like, again, we're getting to the stupid thing where nothing feels fresh and original. Nothing. And everybody, if you go watch anything that's supposed to be with like how to make your YouTube channel better, they all tell you the same thing. Do this, do this, do this. It's all the same stuff. You're not original. If you're going and you're watching that stuff, you're not original. You're not. You're just doing what every other guy is doing, every other girl is doing. And guess what's going to happen? You're going to be lost in the mix of it all. And that's just for content people. For us that are just wanting to watch the content, or for you, I'll make content. But for those people that just want to watch it, they feel like everybody has a product and they can't. I don't know how to explain it, I'm a commentary channel and I'm at a loss for words. It's affecting YouTube in the same way that ads and stuff affect cable channels or whatever, and that eventually it's not going to work for everybody and it's going to hurt channel growth because they're going to put all their money and stuff into a product that nobody's going to buy, but they think it's going to work because they saw somebody else do it. And you might think also, what's the difference between a YouTuber product and merch? To me, merch and your YouTuber product, they're 2 separate things. I think to a lot of people, that's pretty obvious. Merch is a way to support the creator that you like and rep their brand because you like them. The product is different because it can be sold outside of the brand. It can be sold in a supermarket to somebody who doesn't even know who Ryan is, somebody who doesn't even know who Mr. Beast is, and it's being purchased by children who are eating this junk and eating this stuff that's going to kill them. And obesity rates are crazy high in the United States now, and it's in everywhere really. And I think we're at a tipping point. That's what I'm getting at. And what is the solution? Here's what I think it is. We need a new wave. This wave needs to crest, and we need to start a new one. And honestly, it needs to revert back. We need to go back a little ways to the old type of YouTube, to where people just sit in front of a camera and act stupid. They light their farts on fire. They stick a branch down their throat. They cut their hair and do stupid stuff, and heck, even a couple prank channels. They're the scourge of society, but maybe a couple new prank channels that keep it fresh and keep it original, because it's at a point where we can no longer keep following the same formula because nobody's going to watch that formula anymore. I know it's coming. You might think, oh no, Mr. Beast's going to rake in views. These guys are going to rake in views. There's a point coming, guys. It's time to revert back to being stupid in front of a camera and just being real, authentic, and just a fun environment for people to hang out, basically. And we need more people to take a stand. That's the big thing. We need more Dan TDMs to say, hey, shut up. Shut up, KSI. Shut up, Mr. Beast. Shut up, Logan Paul. You guys, you're gone. You've gone too far. You've gone too far. We need to take a step back and look really close in the mirror. Because I shouldn't say that word with my speech impediment. I hate that word. Why did I do that? We're gonna blow past that. You should look into the reflection at yourself and say, hey, maybe we shouldn't be doing this. Maybe it's time to change. Something to think about. Something to think about. Later, dog.